Hi, Joanna Oliver here with the final letter in the Grow Free from Shackles acronym, and that letter is the letter S. So we've had silence, heart, acceptance, catching yourself in the act, kindness, love, embracing faith, and now we are on, I'm sure I've said it's my all-time favourite saying, which is literally that the shoulds go in the bin. So again, like with catching yourself in the act, it's not a word, it's a phrase. Your shoulds go in the bin, your shoulds go in the bin. Oh my gosh, your shoulds go in the bin. They have to go in the bin. You know, where do our shoulds come from? Our shoulds come from usually other people, sometimes to keep us in check, keep us in a position to, and if we're growing free from shackles, we need to ditch that. We need to ditch those things that keep us in positions that other people have tried to kind of, impose upon us. The shoulds are our fears, our anxieties, all the things that we tell ourselves that mean that we can't do the things that our heart desires. All the things that stop us from moving forward, all the things that stop us from being who we are, all the things that stop us from growing our colours as shoulds. Oh, I should. Oh, I shouldn't. I ought to. No, they need to go in the bin. And I learned about this quite a while ago because I was running personal development programs it was mainly with women, and some of them had mental health issues, diagnosis. And I learned, because I would listen, and language, the way that we speak about things is such an indicator as to what's going on in our heads and in our hearts. How many of them were living by shoulds? How many were living by shoulds? And how torturous that was for them to be able to be creative, to express who they are, to be who they are, because they are being compliant with these shoulds. That, I spoke about this a little bit with the self-talk and the negative self-talk. A lot of our shoulds are negative self-talk, in action, where, somebody's told us at some point that we have to be a certain way, that we should do certain things, and those things trap us. So growing free from shackles, has to be about relinquishing those shoulds, releasing ourselves from those shoulds. The shoulds will keep us in a position. When I was studying years ago, I studied psychodynamic theory and practice, and what I realised was kind of how people can be trapped. So we grow up, we grow up and we kind of mature, if you like, maturationally we grow up, and biologically we grow up. But there can be certain parts of us that are trapped, are frozen in time. And I suppose, if really, this is where this kind of whole concept to grow free from shackles comes from, because we can be functioning quite successfully in so many parts of our lives, but frozen in others. And we need to kind of acknowledge ourselves as systems, and we need to acknowledge ourselves holistically. And if we aren't functioning, or if we're frozen or dysfunctioning in certain parts of our lives, even if we're doing really, really well relatively in other parts of our lives, those things will influence. They do influence. They really, really do, because we are a system. We are one body, one mind, one spirit, one soul. Okay? And so those shoulds, they need to go in the bin. And it is my favourite, because it comes to me a lot. I listen to people and I find myself saying, well, the shoulds need to go in the bin, really. What do we do with rubbish? What do we do with things that no longer serve us? Put them in the bin. Let them go. Get rid. Bye. Bye-bye. And you know, part of this kind of process, the shackles acronym, that growing free from shackles process, particularly the ones about acceptance and catching ourselves in the act, is all about questioning really the shoulds. You know, when we're and also even when we're in our silence, you know, our silence will tell us the reality. And our heart will speak to us and tell us, you know, where we need to be heading and where we want to be heading and what fuels us, what feeds us, what sparks us. And then what happens? These little shoulds kind of come along, like little fish. Sorry, I don't know where I'm going with that. But they do. And they tell us that, you know, well, yeah, but you should do this and you should do... No. Ditch them. Shoulds go in the bin. Part of growing free from shackles, the shoulds go in the bin. And that's what I want to say about that. So that is the end of the shackles acronym. I'm hoping that people have, the people that have listened in, and maybe will listen in the future, will benefit from listening in. I did say at the very beginning that there's no catch to this. I'm not saying, oh, you know, now here I'm promoting my programme, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I think it's a valid way of sharing with people how you're able to help them and kind of provide service. But it's not what this is about, so that's not what I'm going to do. I have been thinking today, actually, it was a conversation I had with somebody, but also some other things that have been going on, that I perhaps can offer more in terms of growing free from shackles, in terms of women and the relationships that we have with other people. So that may be something that I develop, so watch this space. And no doubt I'll do other videos. I have done other videos outside of this Grow Free from Shackles series. So, you know, look out for those. And I hope that, you know, you have benefited. It might be worth going back if you have been tuning in, or if you haven't tuned into all of them, going back and actually watching them all. I think I'm going to do that, actually, watch them all one after the other. Because, as I said, you know, and I keep saying, there's been no real rhyme or reason. I knew what the acronym was and I knew what it was about, but I haven't sat down and thought, right, in this video I'm going to talk about and kind of rehearsed it, if you like. And you probably know that by the way that I've been speaking. So, you know, yeah, I'll be going back and having a look for myself. So that's it really. I am Joanna Oliver, and you know, if you have tuned in, let me know what you thought, and let me know if there's any other things that you think that you'd like to hear about that perhaps I could help with. All right, take care.